How you doing there, throwback boxing fans? I want to talk about David Benavidez. David Benavidez, man, at the this last fight, at the Rolly Romero fight, he I believe it was it that fight. I believe it was that fight where he was drunk and they were interviewing him and he was slurring his words. And I watched it. I said, man, this dude's slurring his words. Man, I thought something was wrong with him because I don't think Benavidez is, when he's training for a fight that's coming up, if he's going to throw himself out there and drink. When you're in training camp, you're supposed to be, straight and staying away from alcohol and partying and all that. But that mug was drinking, man. And it kind of made him look bad. I mean, he's with his past. I mean, his past, he missed weight, so they stripped him of the belt. He came up dirty with cocaine. They stripped him of the belt. And both times he could have already had a fight with Canelo. Now, I'm not making excuses for Canelo. Canelo is, to me, he's playing out ducking David Benavidez. But David Benavidez, man, you gotta be clean, man. Don't give Canelo no excuses, because now you've given him an excuse like, why am I gonna fight him? He's not even disciplined. He's drinking, and he has a big fight coming up. So yeah, you shouldn't be drinking, man. I don't want to judge you or anything, but in my opinion, you should not be drinking. And and then I was, I've been watching some interviews that he's on, these podcasts like The Boxing Voice and some other programs, and he really, really contradicts himself. Now, I'm just going to say the flat out truth, and I'm not making no excuses for Canelo. Let's get that straight. Canelo is flat out ducking David Benavidez because he knows David Benavidez is a bad dude. David Benavidez is a tough dude, okay? And Canelo probably don't want to get embarrassed. I mean, me personally, I think Canelo could beat him, but I don't think he's confident in himself that he could beat him. So that's why he's not pushing for that fight. And but David Benavidez, man, he's kind of contradictory. He contradicts himself. His dad's full of crap. His dad's like I said before, man, his dad's a goofy dude, man, with freaking glasses. He's just a goofball, and he's a liar too. And their manager is a liar. David Benavidez, what I mean by he contradict himself, he said that he wants to fight Canelo. Okay, they were talking about if they offered him to fight up there in Saudi Arabia, that he wouldn't be able to take that fight because he has an agreement and a contract with PBC. So he wouldn't be able to fight with them because he has that contract. Okay, so what you're saying is you're only going to fight fighters that fight on PBC. So I don't understand. You're going to go up in weight. You're fighting one of Eddie Reynoso's guys, and I guess that guy is with PBC as well. So you're fighting him at 175 because I guess he's with PBC. And then you're saying that you're going to fight the winner of Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev. But Arthur Beterbiev with ESPN with Top Rank, and Bivol is with Matchroom. So and they fight on DAZN. So if you're saying that you're not going to go to Saudi Arabia to fight because you have a contract with PBC, So how in the world are you going to fight these guys when you have a contract with PBC and they fight on different platforms? You guys are full of crap, man. I think your David Benavidez and your team and your dad and the manager, you guys are full of crap, and Canelo is full of crap too. So these guys, you guys need to just flat out, Canelo, you need to fight David Benavidez, and David Benavidez, stop saying that you have a contract with PBC. You could any of those platforms, any of those promotion companies are going to pay you good money. You're Al Heyman, he's taking care of me. Who cares? Any promotional company, when you're a good fighter, is going to take care of you. It's about you. It's about you. It's about your fans. It's about you fighting the best fighters. You should have fought. I don't understand. Why don't you fight David Morrell? He's with PBC. Fight David Morrell. Here's what I say for David Benavidez, and I believe I've said this in the past. If David Benavidez should fight all the threats at 168. He shouldn't go up to 175 to fight this guy. He should fight all the threats at 168. Any fighter that's a threat, that's a top 3 fighter in each sanctioning belt, like the IBF, WB, like look at them. Who's the top 3 fighters? Fight the number 1 ranked in each of those. In the IBF, look who's the number 1 ranked and who's the most dangerous one. And then look at it and fight that person. Who's the number 1 ranked in the WBC? That all these guys are trying to fight Canelo. Knock them all off. That way, and you're young. You're what, 27 years old? I don't know, 26, 27 years old. You could knock them all off, and it gives nobody for Canelo to fight. Because any fights that he fights, you had already fought him and beat him. So then it's going to make Canelo look bad, because they're going to say you got David Benavidez's leftovers. Why don't you do that? Because you're still young. It's not like you and Canelo are the same age. Canelo's been doing this for years, and you have 10 more years if you take care of yourself, if you don't party and drink and snort coke and whatever you do. Nobody knows what you do, because if you drink and party, chances are, man, you're snorting coke still. Chances are that you're taking a puff of weed. Chances are, because I partied. I know one thing. When I used to drink, drinking is a window that opens up for other avenues, man, especially when you're having a good time, and someone, hey man, you want a little bit of want a line, and no one's around except you and him. They're not going to say nothing, or even maybe you have it and you do it alone. So, and you've been busted before, so people are they're not going to believe you, man. So the thing about it is, man, you guys should leave partying for after you retire. There's you still got a lot of time. If you're 35, 36 years old, you retire, you're still young, man. You're still young, and if you want to do that afterwards. But if you want to be the best of the best and be a Hall of Famer and be a role model to these youngsters that are coming up, be clean, man. Like Floyd Mayweather, like Terrence Bud Crawford. These guys don't drink, man. Canelo, man, I don't know how he got this far. And he parties, and there's videos of him partying, but I'm for being a clean fighter. Then after you're done, you could do whatever you want. But that's what I would suggest for David Benavidez to do. He can do it. You're gonna have to fight Morrell. knock off, you know, no, everybody doesn't think Berlanga's the top, but knock him out too. Fight Berlanga and knock him out. Get him out of all these guys that you're gonna fight. Like I said, who's the number one ranked in the IBF? Who's the number one ranked WBC? Who's number one ranked in the WBO? Who's number one ranked in the WBA? And grab those guys, knock them out. And if they have someone ranked at number one and you don't really think that they are, and number two is better than number one, or number three is better than number one and number two, knock those guys out. You know, it'll take you, let's say you had 3 fights per year. It'll take you a year and a half to knock off all those opponents and what does Canelo have left to fight? Nobody. And if he doesn't fight nobody and he wants to go up to 175 or whatever he wants to do, then he's going to have to vacate all those belts. And then you're right there and you could become undisputed at 168. Then you're big enough, you could go and try to get, but you got to get this out of your head about you're with PBC and you have a contract. Try to get out of that crap because you're stuck and it doesn't make sense, man. Only if these promoters will start making fights, no matter who is, no matter where it's on, if it's on DAZN, if it's on Amazon Prime, if it's on ESPN, who cares, man? Just make the fights. Promoters get together, start making these fights. This across the street BS, it needs to stop. So that's all I have to on this subject. David Benavidez, man, you apologize for drinking, so you understand that was a bad thing, that you know that was not a good thing, not a good look for you. Because I don't want to make it sound like I'm judging you or you know that you're a bad person or whatever, you know. But I know what alcohol can do. I've been locked up. I did all that. I'm 55 years old, man. So I was young once. I partied. I did all kinds of crap. I was in and out of jail. So I'm, you know, but me, that was a long time ago, man. 27 years ago, man. I've been from 27 years ago, I've been clean. I've been serving God. And that's what I do, man. And I'm a saint of God. I serve God in spirit and in truth according to the Bible. And but I love boxing. So and hats off to all the boxers. I'm gonna be doing some videos on the upcoming undercard of Canelo and Munguia, and we're just gonna talk boxing, man. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for all you subscribers. If you catch this video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You know, comment on this video, like this video, and appreciate you guys. God bless you, and on to the next. Bye.